Hey everyone, Liz here. Welcome to my channel. If you have been one of my faithful few followers helping to support me while I'm on this journey, then thank you and welcome back. I just wanted to touch base a little, I guess, on where I've been at. To me, I'm getting over like this feeling I've had lately of like it seemed like at one point I looked at the last time I had uploaded a video because I was feeling a lot of like shoulds, like like I should be, you know, at least figuring out something to record, or like I should be recording, or I should be doing this. So 2 weeks like felt like a month ago. I was at a point where like a few days ago felt like a couple weeks ago, and I'm really just having to work on being more grounded and centered and not feeling that like manic like feeling where you're super in touch with your third eye, or I don't know if I would even call it in touch with your third eye, but you're just not, I'm not grounded. I have not been grounded. I didn't realize how much work was actually entailed in grounding, I guess. I don't know. I've been like indulging as well, like smoking and stuff, so that's not helpful when you need to be grounded, but balance. I don't know if I've been in like a dark night of the soul type of thing, or it's just been my Reiki 2 attunement detox, or both, like if it brought that on or something. I've been doing a lot of cleansing, a lot of emotional cleansing, trying to figure out where to put my energy. I've been trying to figure out what I should be honing in on, my focus on, what I should be honing my focus on. I just need to find balance in it. I gotta figure out what I need to focus on for right now, and before I move on to learning new stuff. Trying to balance working, and since I'm living with my parents, trying to help with balancing all that out, help them while I live here too. But while I still have been trying to practice boundaries of what's important to me so I can take care of myself first. And it's just been up and down. It's like I've been trying to be guilt-free about it. I think it's super important to recognize when we are not feeling completely in balance, or if we've just been diving into things too much, to take a step back guilt-free. And that doesn't mean to be lazy and do nothing all the time. I think sometimes you need to, but some people think that the laziness is a bad thing and can get you into a cycle, which is true. But like sometimes it's like, fuck the spiritual shit, and yeah, you just want to go back to being human again. I just want to go back to being human again. Like, I would love to just sit and watch a couple TV shows, not be like, oh, I gotta get up and meditate. Oh, haven't worked on my chakras in like 2 weeks. I guess I should probably do that. Oh, I haven't grounded today, so I need to sit down and do that. Like, that's just how it goes for me. Like, oh man, I said I would do tarot today for someone. I gotta do that. Oh man, I gotta work at 3. I thought I had to work at 6. Well, that sucks. Less time to do stuff. So I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot just about balance. And the fact that, like, I now recognize that growing up, my mental illness was not my mental illness. So what does that mean for me? I would not get in front of this camera or in front of a group of people or tell my closest friends what I'm about to tell you that I did and it was recent, so I'm still figuring it out. But growing up, I had mentioned that I was diagnosed with bipolar 2. I just never really understood what that meant compared to other people, and to me, it was like a diagnosis of, like, well, you just got a little bit of everything. We don't know what the hell's wrong with you, so we're just going to call it bipolar. And I was bipolar 2 because I didn't have, like, psychosis, manic episodes. I did get manic, but I had more depressive episodes. And I remember when I went to my first psychic one time, part of the session was sitting down talking. She didn't do tarot or anything like that. We sat down, talked, and then she got me on the table to do some Reiki and energy healing stuff. But one of the things that she had said, and this was like 10 years ago, she was like, "You're not bipolar." She just said, "You have these times where, like, when you feel like you can finally be yourself, you be yourself, but then something happens where I worried about judgment from others. So if I felt judged by others, or the people think I was weird or anything like that, I would shrink back into myself." And I think that's where a lot of my issues came in with adolescence. I didn't know how to get past that, and I didn't know how to say, well, fuck you if you don't like me, or fuck you if you think I'm weird, or all right, well, I'm not for you, so cool, see you later. So I didn't know how to do all that. Well, I was a guinea pig with meds for a long time in my life. And since I was a teenager, and I just suck at taking medicine every day anyway, I never stayed on meds long enough to know if they were actually truly working. But what I did know is that I didn't like how they made me not feel. I missed, even if they were extreme, I still missed the ups and downs of being bipolar and emotional and all that. Feeling things so intensely. And I still feel things really intensely, but I'm better at handling it. I may have to interrupt to check on the stove or something. So when I moved back from Massachusetts earlier this year, that meant I didn't have insurance anymore. So I did have some extras from when I was going through my stuff and stopped taking my meds so much, so I had stockpiles. So from February to August, I did that. But it was like once I got to like mid-August, and once I started really going through my journey and taking it seriously, and I was just kind of guided through that too. I can't say that the days I stopped drinking, that I was like, yeah, all right, it's time for me to stop drinking. I'm gonna not drink today. It was more like it just kind of happened, and I felt like I should follow that feeling. So I felt good, and I would not take my meds. So that's just kind of how it went. So for the past like 3 months, I haven't been on my antidepressants. I never felt like I needed to be on a mood stabilizer or antipsychotic in the first place, and those especially are the ones that made me feel numb. When I started taking my meds throughout my life, looking back, all the things that are now known, that I know as my intuition and my connection with my guides and my ancestors and angels, everybody up there on my soul team, that really stopped every time I was on meds. But being off of meds, like, the way I see it is like, okay, cool, you're off of meds, but what's the reason that they do counseling and meds together in the first place? You need both. In theory, you need both for it to be effective. We need to take action towards what we want, right? So now it's just like I gotta figure out the right ways to cope. While smoking was just fine in the beginning of all this, I know from past experience going through AA and stuff. This is my take on it, because I know in the programs, if you've ever been through it or if you're a part of it and that's a way of life for you, I'm not knocking it, and whatever works, works. Abstinence, I have to say, can't ever be a bad thing, and it allows you to take your own power back, to figure out who you are a lot better. But in my experience, from what I've learned and what I'm going through now, what they call being spiritually fit, when I am not spiritually fit is when I need to look for unhealthy behaviors. How am I using things around me to try to cope or escape, and is that healthy? Is it being done in a healthy way? So, as I was doing a lot with smoking, I still want to take a break from it. Just don't feel it's necessary during the daytime. Like, I'm trying to make it like, okay, smoking's for resting or being social. So speaking of moving towards the stuff we want, been working on projects. It's the reason, like, I've been back and forth in my head about YouTube as well, and had my little realization that it had only been 2 weeks at the time since I uploaded. Just been debating on whether I should keep going with this or not. I get inspiration to do a lot of different things. Sometimes I feel like I just need to write. Sometimes I feel like I need to get things out verbally. And then I have like another big project that I'm really trying to like plan and thoughtfully work through with intent. Anyways, yeah, just a little bit of an update. Finally think I found somebody to at least date. If it doesn't go any further than that, then it doesn't go any further than that. But it's, for me, it's just the main point of being able to figure out what my healthy boundaries are and being able to practice them. Growing up and with all these false ideals that us women have growing up about sex and love and stuff, and it gets so misconstrued. So that's a big deal. That's why I am trying to be in the moment. I feel like this person has just currently, I feel like this person, I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting it out. I think because I'm worried that he would somehow see this, and because, you know, like, we haven't already said basically in a nutshell how we feel about each other, right? But no, I just feel like this person is literally somebody that I have been asking for all of my life. I used to grow up and I used to look at other people's relationships, and where I'm from, I used to be like, oh, why can't I have like a country boyfriend, or why can't I date a Mainer? Or I want somebody who treats me like so and so, or oh, I wish that my boyfriend would go out and clean my car off for me. I never had any of that. I never had any men in my life that really did anything. Maybe either their love language was very different, or their love language was just not, I don't know. But I just always grew up with the women in my family had men with chivalry. Somebody used that word to describe what I was trying to say before, so that's a good word. So that's just what I'm happy to have seen so far, and I'm just trying not to have unrealistic expectations. We're both equally as independent as far as like he's more self-sufficient than I am right now, but we've been through different things, so and he doesn't judge me for that either. He knows a little bit about what I went through before I had to move back here, so I'm just being appreciative and in the moment with that. Yeah, so just working on myself, healthy boundaries, self-love, all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I always feel like vlogs can just be boring, but I don't know. Somebody told me they look forward to them, and that made me feel good. So I figured I should just finally just kind of give a little update on where I'm at. And yeah, I'm just still trying to figure out where all this is going. I didn't care about the makeup today. I'm sure you guys don't care about the makeup today, but I like to make a little ritual out of getting pretty, but today was just not the day for it. I hope you all have a great holiday, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or you're just getting ready for Christmas. Sending love and light. Bye.